Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the grand vision of the Agent Command Center, or as we'll be calling it, the ACC. Let's be honest. If your digital life feels like a chaotic web of unread emails, disconnected apps, and half-finished workflows, well, you definitely aren't alone. Today, we're unpacking a blueprint that takes a massive universe of very carefully selected features and organizes them into a truly bulletproof AI execution engine. We're going to look at exactly how this is built, why it works so well, and how it manages to keep everything completely, seamlessly on track.
Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. First, we'll break down the Digital Life OS. Second, we'll look at the two types of agents running the show. Third, we'll explore that 150-feature roadmap. And finally, we'll wrap up with the bulletproof fallback chain.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the Digital Life OS.
So you've got to realize that the ACC isn't just some basic chatbot you ping to draft a quick email or summarize a meeting. It's an incredibly structured digital life OS built entirely around execution. Just think about the sheer volume of inputs you deal with every single day. You've got voice memos you record in the car, scattered PDFs from colleagues, daily health tracking data, and even complex long-term projects like job applications. Honestly, it's overwhelming. But the ACC is designed to route all of that chaos across highly specialized internal agents. It essentially takes a messy pile of personal and professional tasks and transforms them into a system of seamless, organized execution. It literally takes the burden of remembering and organizing right off your shoulders and hands it over to a dedicated operating system.
Now, to really grasp the scale we're talking about here, just look at this number, 150. And here's the crucial part. These aren't just random, disjointed ideas thrown at a wall to see what sticks. No, this is a highly curated universe of carefully selected features mapped out to cover literally every single aspect of a digital life. By bounding the ambition to these 150 specific, intentionally selected features, the blueprint takes a wild, limitless idea and turns it into an actual, deliverable ecosystem. It gives the AI boundaries. And in software engineering, boundaries are exactly what you need to go from a conceptual dream to a functional reality.
Moving right along to Section 2, two types of agents.
Okay, notice the complete separation of concerns we have here. On the left side, you've got the external build team. This is Cheyenne, the human founder, making the strategic decisions, working alongside tools like ClickUp AI to manage delivery and GitHub to track code. Their one and only job is to build. But then, over on the right side, you have the internal product agents. These are the actual software modules living inside the ACC. The builders do not run the system, and the internal agents do not write the code. This hard line is absolutely critical. I mean, think about it. If you mix the AI that builds the software with the AI that runs the software, you're asking for absolute chaos. Keeping them completely separated ensures the execution engine stays totally focused on completing your daily workflows.
Think of these internal product agents like super efficient corporate departments. For example, look at the audit agent. It's essentially the strict, no-nonsense compliance officer for your digital brain. Its entire purpose is governance, checking proof, flagging fake task completions, and validating outputs so the system doesn't start hallucinating its own success. Then you've got the memory engine, which acts as a massive long-term storage facility for all your preferences and past decisions. And for outward expansion, you have the career orchestrator handling your job searches and prepping you for interviews. By keeping these agents strictly specialized with a highly defined division of labor, no single AI model gets overwhelmed trying to do everything at once. Look, you wouldn't ask your HR director to write your code base, right? Well, the ACC doesn't ask the memory engine to apply for jobs either.
Let's hit Section 3, the 150-feature roadmap.
So how exactly are all these carefully selected features organized? Well, they're clustered logically into some incredibly diverse themes. The foundation is the core inputs and command layer, housing 24 essential features like voice transcription and document analysis. But from there, it branches out massively. There are 30 features dedicated just to daily life and personal home. We're talking budget trackers, sleep trackers, even plant care monitors. There's a whole content and creative studio featuring a podcast producer and, yes, a fully dedicated meme generator. It extends all the way through career systems, learning, and research, right up to power features like a custom agent builder. It really is a complete end-to-end mapping of human productivity and creativity.
But listen, you simply cannot build a universe of that size all at once. This execution strategy shows exactly why foundational data pipelines have to come first. Phase 1 strictly locks down the core infrastructure by establishing an encrypted notes vault. Phase 2 opens up the input gates with voice and WhatsApp bridges. And it's only after those data pipelines are entirely secure that we see phases 3 and 4 introduce the more complex career and reporting workflows.
Notice how the fun, lifestyle add-ons, like an AI chef for your meal prep or a YouTube auto-publisher, are strictly pushed all the way back to Phase 8. It's honestly a masterclass in prioritizing deep architectural stability over shiny objects. You've got to pour the concrete before you can pick out the drapes. And finally, Section 4, Bulletproof AI, specifically looking at the fallback chain. Now check this out. According to the official ACC V2 Provider Fallback Chain Implementation Report you're seeing here, all 27 out of 27 automated tests are passing for a brand new multi-tiered provider routing system. This isn't just a conceptual idea drawn on a whiteboard. It's a fully functioning, rigorously tested safety net. When you're relying on AI to run your entire digital life, a single server outage at a major provider could literally bring your day to a grinding halt. This implementation guarantees that the execution engine just keeps running, regardless of what's happening out there in the cloud.
Here's how this dynamic execution engine actually works in the real world. When a task runs, the router doesn't just cross its fingers and rely on one single point of failure. It shifts through a strict 4-tier order. It starts with DeepSeek as the primary AI. If that API goes down or times out, boom, it instantly falls back to Ollama, which is a local, free model running directly on the hardware. Now, if Ollama isn't running for some reason, it immediately pings Claude as a premium fallback. And if literally all external connections fail, like let's say your internet completely drops out, it hits the Smart Stub. This Smart Stub is a zero-cost, hard-coded final fallback that safely records the task failure without crashing the operating system. It basically guarantees constant, uninterrupted uptime.
But this routing architecture isn't just about flawless uptime, right? It creates a highly sustainable, honestly borderline genius financial model. It beautifully balances premium reasoning with ruthless engineering constraints. It prioritizes DeepSeek right out of the gate because it costs a tiny fraction of a cent per task, making it incredibly economical for high-volume daily operations. That first fallback, Ollama, is totally free since it runs locally on your machine. It only ever triggers the premium tier of Claude when absolutely necessary, which completely protects your budget. And that Smart Stub, it ensures that even with zero budget and zero connection, the system fails safely. It's an incredibly elegant way to manage API costs while maintaining top-tier performance.
As we wrap up this explainer on the master blueprint, we've seen how strict agent roles, meticulously phased roadmaps of carefully selected features, and bulletproof fallback chains can take complete digital chaos and turn it into a streamlined, humming machine. We've gone from the big, broad vision of a digital OS all the way down to the exact cost-saving architecture that keeps it alive. So, I'll leave you with this thought. Are you going to continue relying on a messy, disconnected web of isolated apps? Or how will you orchestrate your very own AI operating system?